doing something a little different again. Doing college football this time. College football way too early. Top 25 rankings. Let's begin. So, we haven't really talked about college football that much, so how about you go on into the comments? Who's your favorite college football team? And how do you think they would do? See how they would do, in my opinion, if they're on this. Let's begin. We got the top 10 here. First, I got Clemson. Clemson, even though they're losing Trevor Lawrence and all that, they're still probably the best team in college football. Them and Alabama are kind of the two heavy sitters, but I think, I always forget his name. I can't really pronounce it. I'm sorry, but he played pretty good. In his 2 starts, I think he had. Played good in the Notre Dame game and came back in the Syracuse game? Or Boston College, I think. I don't know. But he played pretty good, and I think he'll lead them to the number 1 spot in the top seed in the college football playoff. And now Alabama, on the same spectrum with Clemson, they're so good. It's hard to stop, even though they're losing a lot of talent. Most of the wide receivers, like Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, they're losing Najee Harris, Mac Jones, but I forget his name too, but they have a pretty big recruit coming in, like a 5-star recruit. Hopefully he can be pretty good. So I think they'll still stay up there. They still got talent. They still got Nick Saban. So they'll be number 2. Now Oklahoma had an iffy year last year with Spencer Rattler in his first year of freshman. But I think he probably will take a step up with Lincoln Riley. Didn't lose that much talent, keeping a lot of people, still getting those top 10 recruits year in and year out. So Oklahoma is going to make a big step and make it into that college football playoff like they used to almost every year. Now the biggest surprise, who I think will be very underlooked. Not really, but in terms of going into the playoffs, is North Carolina. They had a good year with Sam Howell. Yeah. That's who I think he might win the Heisman. He is very good. He is very good. I just like this North Carolina team. I think they will make it last spot in the college football playoff. They don't have to worry about Trevor Lawrence anymore in the ACC, so maybe that can help them. And there's a lot more good teams in the ACC. So, if they get some big wins like against Miami or Clemson even. They might not beat Clemson, but they're going to get more wins. They're going to get more higher level talent. I forget if Notre Dame is still in the ACC, but ACC is number 10. They're a pretty good team, so if they can beat those big teams, they can get in with 1 loss against maybe Clemson, maybe 2 losses if he makes it to the title game, but still, that's not that bad. 10-2, you can make it in, especially if either Georgia or Ohio State, because I think those are 2 teams that can take that 4th spot, lose 2 games or don't make it to their conference finals, especially Georgia in this case, but they probably will. You never know. North Carolina might sneak up there, and then have 5. I do have Georgia, who I think will make it to the title, the SEC title game. So they're probably going to get 1 or 2 losses, which will pop them out because North Carolina might beat better teams than them. So Georgia, they might play good teams, but SEC, I mean, they have good programs like Texas A&M. I'm not sure if Georgia plays Texas A&M, but they could. They have some good talent, but Georgia might not beat them. You don't know. They might not have enough. They might not have that much to pop North Carolina from that 4th spot. So now Ohio State at 6. I think the Big Ten is getting a little stronger. Not like, I wouldn't say like title stronger, but like teams that can fight, like can win games and like beat big teams, including Ohio State, who did beat Clemson, but I don't know. It was a weird game. Trevor Lawrence, the O-line just wasn't there for Trevor Lawrence to get something going. So, yeah, I think Ohio State will not make it to the playoffs this year. They made it to the national title game last year, made it to the playoffs for a good amount of years, pretty much all of them almost, except this one. So, Ohio State at 6 now. Iowa State, one of the Cinderella stories, one of the most favoritive teams last year. That's how you say it. I think they'll make it number 7, and they'll get into a big bowl game. They were great last year. Brock Purdy, and they don't got much for leaving. I mean, I forget his name as well, but they're great running back. I don't think is returning, but they still got their QB. I think they'll still be a good team under, I forget the head coach's name, but I know it. But now we're moving on to 8 to Texas A&M, another SEC team or school. Jimbo Fisher, a great head coach. Texas A&M was a really good team last year. Really good team. They probably could have made it to the playoffs. I don't know. Some people say they should have made it to the playoffs over Ohio State or even Notre Dame. Yeah. So, I don't know. They could make it. I don't know. I think Kellen Mond isn't returning, so that's a big hit. But still, I think they're a pretty good team under Jimbo Fisher, and they'll make it into the top 10. Nothing much to say. Now, Cincinnati, one of the Cinderella stories of last year, I think they'll still be top 10 because don't tell me. Spencer Ritter. Sorry, I know it's Ritter, but I forget the first name all the time. Spencer Ritter? I don't know. That doesn't sound right, but nonetheless, he's coming back. He was great last year. Still, I think they could make it to the top 8. I don't know. If college football expands the playoffs, I think Cincinnati will might be able to take up and to make the playoffs. I hope they expand. I want a top 8 or 8-team playoff bracket. I mean, it couldn't be that hard, could it? I don't know. But I wanted to make it more fair for a group of 5 teams to make it in. Now, Notre Dame, who made it to the playoffs last year, losing Ian Book. But they still get top 10 talent, and they're still Notre Dame, so I think they will still make their way to the top 10 and make a good bowl game. Now we got the top 20. Sorry, they're small. It's hard to fit 9 teams. Now we got Penn State, who my favorite team is Penn State, so it might be a little biased, but I don't think that much. I do think Sean Clifford, I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I hope he does. I think he'll have a bounce back season, and he'll play pretty good. And oh no, I forgot the coach's name. That's bad. Hold on. But they have good raw talent on that team, and they can come back and win. They could fight for that Big Ten title game appearance that they want. And I know I want. So, yeah. Oh, James Franklin. There we go. I think he's still a great head coach. They did not. It's kind of hard for them to come back. It's a COVID torn season, so I think they're just having some problems. Nothing to worry about, and I think they'll come 11, and I think they'll still be a great team. Let me move on to Oregon. That doesn't seem right how you spell Oregon. I might have spelled that wrong, but I don't know. But I do think Oregon will be in the top 20 at 12. The only really problem is maybe their QB. I mean, they still got a great staff around them, still got great players, still got not the most talent in the Pac-12, but I mean, you still got Iowa State, who probably will be. You got USC and Iowa State, who probably will be the two biggest challengers, maybe in the Pac-12 that can challenge them. I do have Iowa State ahead of them by 5 spots, and so yeah. And then below them by 1 is USC. I think Oregon and USC will kind of be the two, like, I don't want to say like, I'm sorry, Iowa State is not in the Pac-12. They're in the Big 12. So really it's only USC. I don't know what I was thinking. Iowa State is in the Big 12. I don't know. But Oregon and USC, yeah, I think they'll be the top. They'll probably make it to the title game like last year. And and Oregon will probably win. But I think these teams will lose maybe 2 games, 3 games, both. Maybe USC lose 3 and Oregon lose 2. They'll be right there in the match. So I think they'll play pretty good, pretty good football. And then Miami, who does have why do I keep on forgetting names? Desmond King. No. That's a cornerback. Yeah, I think they're still a good team. They still got talent around them. Still got tons of talent. And I think they can. They will threaten some play. They will come close to beating Clemson. I think they'll stay with Clemson and North Carolina, but ultimately, I don't know if they have enough talent to beat them. And it's Derek King. Sorry, I don't know if I say that first name right. I knew it was King, but like I said, yeah. So I think they'll come into 14 with like 2 or 3 losses, possibly 4, but I don't know if they'll have 4. I think they'll lose probably to Clemson and North Carolina. They could lose 2 other games. they might lose one other game, maybe two. So I think that's where they'll be. Now Florida kind of low at 15. They're losing Kyle Trask, and the best player in that team, Kyle Pitts, is gone. So, and even with them, they lost 3 games, I think. And sure, they played Alabama good in the title game and stuff, but you can't really. If you lose both of those players, then I don't know how good they're going to be. They're probably going to lose 4 games, maybe 3 only, probably 4. So they're going to be at a 15, and I can't really say anything about it. Now Texas, they're losing Sam Ehlinger, lots of talent. They're going to be ranked no matter what, most likely. They'll probably lose around 4 games like Florida. So, and they got Iowa State. Texas. What is Texas? Texas is in the Big 12. They got Oklahoma State, who's right behind them. I'm confused on where people are. Yeah, the Big 12. Sorry. I'm trying to look up what conference Texas is in. I am totally confused right now. Sorry for this, but yeah, Big 12. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but they are in the Big 12. So, yeah, I don't know, that was weird, but, yeah, they got Oklahoma State and Iowa State, so, kind of a hard road there. Don't know if they can, play up to their, standards, I guess you could say, and they got TCU and Texas Tech and Baylor, who aren't on this list. And just a reminder, but they can play tough, so they yeah, so not the best road for Texas. And now Indiana, who was a pretty good team last year, and their quarterback, what's his name? Don't tell me I have to look this up again. I keep on forgetting names even though I know them. I can't remember. But they still got a good team, I think. Not losing that much talent. They didn't lose that much talent, I don't think. And Michael Penix Jr. There it is. I knew it was something X or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he got injured, so that's kind of what fell him off. They still played good towards the end. So, like, I hope they can probably do pretty good. And Big 12 is hard, so they're probably going to lose 4 games or so like they did. But I think it's not going to be like they just lose 4 games and not get ranked. Like, they're still going to be a top-level team that's going to get more attention because of last year. So they're going to have expectations, so even if they fall short, they're still going to get ranked because people are just going to get mad. Now Oklahoma State, who kind of was disappointing last year, kind of fell short. Some people thought they might be in the top 10, kind of fell off a little bit. So I think their quarterback's still returning. Jason Sanders or something like that. Saunders, I don't know. But is returning, and I think Oklahoma State will get some wins, maybe against a couple big teams like maybe Texas, maybe probably that's it, maybe TCU, some kind of big schools a little bit there, so they'll probably get in the top 20. And now Iowa, who started off 2-0 last year and then went 6-2, so hot streak going. I mean, kind of a long break, but hopefully they can keep that going. And like I said, the Big Ten's hard with football, so kind of like it happened in basketball, you're gonna get ranked because even though if you lost to like Ohio State or I don't know other Big Ten schools, including Indiana or Penn State, you're still gonna get ranked high because those teams are good. And if you play them close, you're not. It's not like it's over. It's not like football where if you lose, you lose. Even if you was like a 1-point game, it's college football. You get ranked on how you play. So that's Iowa, and then number 20, Coastal Carolina, the Cinderella story. Everybody loved them last year. I think they'll still be good with Grayson McCall and the great coaching staff they have there. And so I think they'll still get up there. I'm pretty sure they're in the Sun Belt. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It's kind of hard, but if they destroy teams like they did last year and maybe get scheduled with a pretty big school, they probably could and win it, of course. They probably will make it into the top 20. So that's rounding up the top 20. Can't talk today. Now they're finishing off the top 25. Number 21, we have Wisconsin, who kind of wasn't the best last year. Kind of had an interesting season. Went 4-4. So, not the best, but that was a COVID season. No COVID. Hopefully no COVID issues that much this year coming. So I think there's, like I said, with all the other Big Ten teams, Wisconsin, I don't really want to say it again, but even if you gotta play Big Ten teams, right up there, right? Play them, great and keep it close, then you can make it. You can get ranked high. And same with Northwestern. There's a lot of Big Ten teams that are just like rough and play good. Northwestern included. So hopefully they can get some good. They had a good year last year. Their defense was excellent. Pretty sure their defensive coordinator did retire, but yeah, I think their head coach is still good and still can help them win. They just need to get that quarterback all good and ready. And now for Washington. Now, number 23, Washington, who I think will jump up there. Washington's kind of difficult. They're in the Pac-12, which doesn't have the best of teams. So, hopefully they can get some wins. I mean, they got respected teams, but, it's going to be kind of hard. They got to beat them good. And so, I think that Washington will make it into the top 23. Not much to say now. Now, Arizona State, number 24. They got Jaden Daniels. Yeah, that's his name. I think. Yeah. But they have him, and I think they've kind of been teased at being a pretty good team, but they haven't really shown it. I think they might show a little bit of their little bit of their stardom, a little bit of their star power. So yeah, and yeah, Jaden Daniel. Yeah, so Arizona State. Now LSU rounding out the top 25. LSU won the national championship not too long ago. I think LSU might surprise some people. I can't talk today, it seems like. So hopefully they can make it in there. I mean, I'm not sure about their QB. They're losing Jamar Chase, but he didn't even play last year. They didn't play the best last year. Like I said, the SEC has a bunch of star power, so if they can beat one of those big teams like maybe Auburn, who's not on this list. I mean, Auburn still has still has big potential. They might make it on this list. I don't know. But so that's my top 25. Hope you enjoyed this kind of weird video. I'm sorry for not knowing all the best, but I'm trying to keep it all. It's hard to know every single team. I didn't do much research because I'm kind of lazy, but that's fine. Still hope you enjoyed it. I got a pretty good understanding. I think this is a pretty good list. If you disagree with something or something, you can go type it down in the comments and leave a like or subscribe if you like my content. Hit the notification bell when I post a new video, which I have kind of a weird schedule, but try to get a video out there almost every week or two. So hopefully you enjoy, and peace out, Girl Scout.